Hey, Pinball Buds, this is Jason, and as you can see, I have another pinball machine in front of me, and this one here is the Atari Middle Earth, and I've just been into the pinball arena for about a year now. My first machine was a Jurassic Park, the home edition from Costco, and that machine opened up this whole pinball world of tournaments and league and great group of people I've been playing with. But today's video, I'm hoping you can help me out here. This is, again, Atari Middle Earth, somewhere right around 1977 or 78. It's a wide body machine, so it's a little bit wider than normal. And this one here is missing some flippers, and I'm going to raise the machine here in a moment, but I'm going to need the community's help. I'm new to repairing pinball machines, so every time I repair one, I'm doing this for a buddy. I'm not charging. So every time I do one for a buddy, I'm always researching, but that's the task I'm enjoying, is researching stuff and figuring out how pinball machines work. So far it's been a lot of fun. And I have Middle Earth, and I have another one in a different location. But I want to get this one going and play it a little bit. It'll be up for sale once I get the flipper mechanism. But that's just a dummy flipper. So I don't even know if that's the right one. I think it is. I haven't looked at it that hard. But the backside's broken. So when I say the backside, I'm assuming this is the right flipper, if that's cracked, and it's just old and brittle and it broke. But here in a moment, I'll show you what I'm really looking for. So bear with me while I'm trying to, I did take off some of these plastics. Oh yeah, I did take off some of those plastics because I was troubleshooting the bulbs, seeing what the bulbs are, and reading up on the different again, the different style bulbs. I generally, and maybe you can comment below, I generally am thinking I want to replace it with as OEM as possible, but I don't know. Is it more sellable if I replace all the, let's call them analog lights, right? Filament lights with LED. Would that be more desirable if I decide to sell the machine, is if everything's switched out to LED? Or do people really want a game, from the mid-'70s as OEM as possible or original as possible? So again, Atari Middle Earth, I am missing the flippers up here on this playfield. Bear with me. I'm going to lift it up. I should have had my camera stand, but I don't. So we're going to lift it up right here. I am going to go like that, just so I can go like that with that one. I think last time I tried to do this by myself, I kept dropping. There we go. Okay, make sure that's nice and secure. Kind of like jack stands on a car, right? You don't want to work on something that's not secure. As my head's in here and I smash down. But let's see. I don't know what camera angle you had. But I am missing. Let me open up the door because the power's on. I want to make sure I don't accidentally power this thing up by leaning on the door and activating the main switch. But as you can see, the solenoid's missing. It's a horizontal style solenoid. I'm looking for as OEM as possible for the flippers. I talked to Pinball Pirate out of Benicia. Chris is always very helpful down there. A wealth of knowledge. And he gave me some suggestions that were non-OEM. But I was just hoping if I make a video and a few of you out there are into pinball machines and you go, hey, I have some Atari mechanisms for about that year, I would like to replace the whole thing. But that's it. You can see this one here, and then that one there. So, and then part of the board, I might be able to show you here in a minute. I think part of the board's not working because all of this stuff is unhooked. But I have noticed too, as with machines this age, it seems like there's a lot of tinkerers going on. The machine works, it just doesn't have the flippers. And there's a section of the play field that is out, but I think it's because all of this stuff is in relay somehow. And that's why it's not working. But yeah, you look at this. Again, I don't know if that's too loose or not. These other solenoids seem to be not as loose. It looks like that pin has fallen out. So my plan is to go through this whole machine, bulb by bulb, wire by wire, connection by connection, make sure it's working. But the biggest task I have in front of me is these flipper assemblies here. And I'd like to keep it to Atari. Then I'll go to the drop-down banks. I think one of them wasn't dropping. But again, if we have an Atari expert out there, I'm all ears. I'm new to this. I really took on this project because I'm somewhat mechanical and I'm very inquisitive and I like new things, like new projects. So that's why I took this project on for a buddy. And I'm enjoying it. I mean, just all these wires, what they go to, how they work. The nice thing about the pinball stuff, they come off the board, right? Goes to the wires. And hey, Turkey, are you a pinball fan? Jackson, what's up? I love how you have the board, right? Then you have wires. The wires lead somewhere. Everything's color coordinated or color coded. I have the manual somewhere. I have the manual. Oh, that actually just gave me an idea. Why don't I might be able to make my life a lot easier if the manual actually has a part number for all the flipper stuff. Then I could just go online. I don't know why I didn't think about that earlier. Illustrated parts catalog. That's the one thing I'm really enjoying about pinball. The community has been so open, welcoming, etc. Flipper button. Nope, I need the actual flipper. Everybody's been so welcoming and open, etc. And it's just so neat. But then it's also, I have the Jurassic Park machine. I can easily go online and I can download a manual. I'm from the motorsports world, and the stuff I primarily specialize in is shifter karts or two-stroke karts racing, kart with a K, not go-karts, but shifter karts or racing karts. There's not a lot of manuals or information available out there. A lot of it's trial by error. And yeah, inventory of accessories, page 3. Yeah, oh, that's probably the accessories when you're just buying this thing. But that's all right. Solenoid driver circuits. Okay, I'm going to need to learn that because that's going to be for the flippers. But again, just all this information. There's the wiring diagrams. I used to be able to read wiring diagrams. Then it's like anything. When you're out of practice, you got to sit there and reteach yourself, which is fine. But that's why I'm doing this. I want to learn something new. I love flipping the flippers and hitting the silver balls. I enjoy that part of it. But I really wanted a new hobby that's going to challenge my brain. And I tell you what, pinball has definitely done that. Okay, fuses. Yeah, I'm going to skip through here in large segments. And then, does that fold out? No. Oh, there we go. Part numbers. perfect. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on, is those flippers. So again, if you have Atari parts laying around that you know that will fit in my machine here, again, Atari Middle Earth. There's the screen. There's the glass. The glass is there. That's the cover for the board, which is right there. To me, I thought this was a little bit dusty. I brought my shop vac in and I tried sucking it up, but it actually wasn't. It didn't dust. It didn't vacuum up as easily as I thought it would. So I kind of left it. I didn't want to try to introduce any moisture or anything, but maybe I'll just need a stiff bristle brush. I've also, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I have thought about the static buildup using the vacuum. Maybe I need some sort of a grounding strap. I don't know. Again, this is all new to me, but I do know electronics don't like static charges. I do know that. Oh, yeah. All right. You know what? I think I'm going to cut this video a little bit short. If you have the parts I'm looking for or experience with the machine, chime in. If you have a source on where I can buy this stuff, chime in. But, I think I'm going to go grab a snack. I'm going to sit down and watch a little bit of football. I'm going to flip through this book, and maybe I'll be able to answer my own questions if I can find the flippers, the part numbers, then I can go online. And again, there's so much out there on the pinball stuff. But yeah, if you can answer my questions for me, one, where do you buy your Atari pinball parts? What source is your favorite? Should I convert everything to LED or should I leave them filament? And any tips and tricks you can tell me that I don't even know what to ask. If you have some tips and tricks on these Atari machines, let me know. And I'll keep you guys updated on the status. And that's going to be my video for the day.